Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match of the day live stream / watch along. Obviously, we weren't here last week for obvious reasons. We stood in solidarity for going in the car. No, all seriousness, obviously, match of the day in terms of the show itself, did go ahead last week, but with no commentary, no analysing of the game itself in general. And just basically no interviews, no nothing. It was pointless, really doing a match of the day stream because it just it was over in like 10 minutes effectively anyway. So it wasn't worthwhile setting everything up, coming on, going hi, going through it all. I mean, done in not even half the time it normally does in a normal match of the day show. Entails on this channel and all that. However, since then, the BBC bent over and kissed Gary Lineker's ass basically, and they apologised. He did what he did, and they're the ones that apologised. Oh dear. And he obviously, he's back in work and he's back today. Well, I say that it was on the FA Cup games. I doubt he'd actually be on tonight's show, even though the game was in Manchester and not that far from the studio. Because of what's gone on, he'll be like, well, I'm having the night off. Someone else will take charge. Sorry, lads. It is what it is. But tonight we have got 5 games. Need to double check that now. I did get the scoreboard ready as well. We have 5 games and a lot of goals. A lot of goals. And a lot of laughs. And a bit of a I don't know, maybe they'll touch on it, but there's a bit of a rant from a certain Tottenham manager this evening, which has gone viral. And I've seen the entire press conference after the game. It couldn't. You will never find a more "please sack me now" interview after a game. Not just in Premier League, in Premier League history from here on in or in the past. In football in general, you'll never see anything like it ever again. It is absolutely ludicrous and absolutely crazy and bizarre. But we are where we are, and I'm just going to hop into the chat before the show kicks off. By the way, we've got Tom in the chat. Tom, how you doing, my friend? Saw you earlier. And yep, Leeds in the technically Arsenal, but he did play for you briefly. What they play, and then using the term play for you loosely. But yes, Eddie Nketiah, if you are a member of the channel, Tom will now obviously verify. We now have emojis. It's limited to the number it is at the moment. The more of you become members, the more emojis I can provide. But also with that, you get member badges. First month or so is the channel logo, then it upgrades to something else, and that upgrades every couple of months after here on in. And yeah, it's I did this for Tom, really, this particular thumbnail. The Eddie thumbnail, putting Eddie in the emoji setup. I'd like to find out. Mr. Tom's was back in Palace to do us over tomorrow initially until Patrick Vieira got sacked. We've got Nemeth in the chat as well, saying hello to Tom, and obviously vice versa from Tom back to him, and obviously Nemeth saying great win for him. And then obviously says hi to me and everyone else. Tottenham hot scum, yep. Oh, there is Mark Chapman, yep. And evening, everyone says Tom. Tom. And the thing is, I wonder if I got it spot on again in terms of my scoreboard banners and all that. I have as well. First game, Tom, you'll be happy, boy. Very happy, boy. So happy, you might be using the emojis a lot. First up is Wolves versus Leeds. But after all the controversy of bloody last week, match of the day is today. Mark Chapman, Ashley Williams, and Dion Dublin. None of the original trio. I wouldn't mind. The game they covered earlier is in Manchester, so they could have done an extra shift tonight. But hey, it is what it is. I could also use this Saka emoji. I won't because Eddie is better, but I could. You could also use a Premier League emoji as well. Premier League trophy emoji. Or the old school Arsenal emoji as well. Old Arsenal badge emoji. Old school. Before they switched to Canada now. Here we go. First game. Up we go. Steve Wilson's a commentator as well. He's got a commentator this week. Woo! That's not half my Oasis down my fucking top. I'm not concentrated. Eddie is the best. Just, oh dear. Oh dear. What we're going to do with you guys? Oh, good goal. Good work. Well, Jack Harrison has got me off the guard in terms of how he took that. He's got a bit of a beef kick about him recently. A bit chunky in his frame. Not Gonto, bloody good assist. Got good assist. Right, what a touchdown! Bang. Right, I'm gonna run it here, pull it back, and Harrison's just there, and he literally straight away hits it, and yeah, good finish. I've got to say, good finish, really good finish. Well done. The defending wasn't terrible, but it obviously could have been better. It could have been a lot better. Oh. Semedo went down then. Wolves going for a pen. Obviously, it wasn't given anything. Nothing was given. Julio Firpo, Tom's favourite player as well. Locatelli kicking off, pissing down the rain, up in the Midlands. Afternoon, all cooking dinner right now. Just listening in. No, I hope you're well, and obviously ready for tomorrow's big feast of London derby. Oh, Jackson took one to the face to Jack Harrison. Jeez, bloody, that's a bit risky goalkeeping. Oh my days. That's a bit risky goalkeeping there. I'm going to say that Leeds kit is sweet. I mean, it's better than the away kit. Anything's better than the away kit. But that's the thing. You can't really when it comes to home. Famous last word. 9 times out of 10, when it comes to home colours, the football kits and all that, 9 times out of 10, you can't. Again, when it's basic, it's with all due respect, like basic as well. It's not like you can't really mess it up. Like in terms of when it comes to Arsenal red and white, you can't mess it up. Like red torso, white sleeves, whatever. You can't mess that up. Leeds, all white kit, with an occasion with like navy blue trim or whatever. You can't mess it up. And Tottenham doesn't disappoint you if you're an Arsenal fan. Steve, out of interest, have you actually seen what's gone on today after that game, by the way, with Antonio Conte? Have you seen the meltdown he's had? Leeds have had 10 penalty shouts, like that not given shit happens. I'm not saying it was a penalty, by the way. I'm not saying in the slightest that, it's a penalty. But when you see a penalty that's going to be given late in another game, consistency comes to mind. Oh, I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to. I can't even put. There's a comment from someone on Twitch that's watching, by the way, on Twitch. Can't even put acknowledge. I can't even tell you guys what the comment is or anything. Oh my God, that was shit defending it. That was shit defending, and that was appalling goalkeeping. Luke Hayden, literally no one around him. With the ball for Wolfsburg, no one is around him. He just goes, hi. Oh God. Did he even header it? Did he off his chest? Did he header it? Let's have a look. Literally, he literally scoops himself down and goes, boom. I can't, because of YouTube and all that, my friend. I can't actually say what you've put in the in your first comment, because YouTube's guidelines have changed recently. And yeah, if I mentioned the last bit in particular, if I mentioned that, YouTube come after me basically. I can't mention that either. Bloody hell. Oh dear. Jesus Christ. Isn't he us a defensive, more defense-minded player? What the fuck is he doing there? Oh, oh my God. Okay, the first goal wasn't great defending, but it wasn't piss poor. The second and the third goal that Wolves conceded, the defending was absolutely fucking awful. On the volley, 3-1. I mean, Mizzy, I'm sorry, when Gary mentioned this earlier, Mizzy has time there to get up and get back in goal. He had time. He hesitates. He basically hits up, but he hesitates, does a little jog around the spot, and then hesitates. I thought so, yeah. So what the fuck is he doing? I know, a fair play to being up there, but yeah, I'm sorry. Meslier had all the time. He had more time than he gives himself credit for to get back on that goal line. He fucks about, hesitates, and it all gets a bit messy. And obviously, he gets done. And it gets Wolves back into the game. But that's Puma for you. I hate Puma kits. I keep saying it every time we talk about the kits and all that. I hated the Puma era. I hated them. They look cheap. They had no thought process in any of them. They weren't comfortable to wear. I'm a large. This, what I'm wearing now, is a men's large. And look, I can do all this. Like all that, yeah. Oh, that's deflected. That wasn't. I couldn't get goal from Cunha there to make it 3-2. Keeper can't do nothing there. The shot's taken, and he would have had it covered if it had gone in the trajectory it was meant to go in, and Messi has it covered, but it takes a slight deflection and takes it away from him. Can't have a go in for that. But go back, yeah, Puma. I hated Puma kits. I've always been a men's last because he's at what, for years now. I'm in my early 30s now. It's got to be about 10 years or so. Maybe a bit, maybe that. Yeah, but at least 10 years. Oh my God, how is that not? That's got. What did that take? What did that have to go to VAR? That's clearly a red. Jesus. At least a consistency in the end, because obviously Casemiro got sent off for something similar last week, but less. I'm going to put my foot fully on your fucking leg. Bloody hell. I keep saying, as I say, my men's large and all that malarkey, yeah. And every Puma kit that came out, the home ones, the away ones I've got them, but I've got a couple, not all of them. I've got the gold Puma kit, Puma top I've got in long sleeve. And the last away kit we had. There you go, Rodrigo with the fourth to kill the game off. There you go. As you expect, it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. Like 6-match man. This ain't FIFA. What was it? Yeah. So the last ever away kit we had in the Champions League, I got that one as well. Like blue and like lime green, blue. It was navy blue, but it had like different like different colours and all that of it. Oh dear. So yeah, again, got them all in large. The ones that the shirts I did get. As I said, they weren't. They were tight. They're literally skin tight to you. And I mean, these are the ones that are meant for us normal civilians, basically. And it all, he just, they were say to them. What was the last one we had under Puma? What was that? I can't remember what it was now. I think I remember now. Yeah, I remember the fucking Unai Emery thing, wasn't it? With the bloody yeah. I remember that. Fucking hell. That's Puma ain't got a clue. There's a reason Premier League wise, basically no club in the Premier League had Puma for their kit manufacturers, even at that time, apart from us and Leicester and all that. Because basically, when Puma got the kit deals in Premier League, they watched all the behind the scenes stuff they did as well, the videos they put out. They wanted to be experimental on all the kits. No. Again, home and away are meant to be the traditional colours. Because when you're adding a third kit into this every year now, fuck about the third one. No. And making comfortable. No. Even the players complain about the Puma kits. But Adidas are fucking elite. I was so relieved when the Puma deal was over. I was so relieved. And Adidas have been flawless ever since. Ever since Adidas came along, this time round, been flawless. Rodrigo being back is such a big deal for us. Well, you need the goal, so yeah, obviously. Chris is in the chat. Big up, Chris is I have only had 2 kits. The one when we changed sponsor, and when we changed to go to Nike. Nike have dropped the ball these. I like when Nike were making Arsenal kits. I love the Nike kits when Nike were out as well. But recently, they've really dropped the ball. Recently, I'm not liking the kits they're doing for the other teams they've got deals with and all that. Just a bit. I mean, was it last season? They were fucking rancid, the template wise. Yeah, and MS agrees with me. He says Nike started off well, but the last few years they aren't good in my opinion. No. Troy iPhone, his toys at the box cost Wolves. Mate, the guy, how the guy's a footballer. When he was, I remember watching at Middlesbrough and all that when they first came up. When they came up before last time around. Sorry. He looked like a footballer in the sense of he wasn't built like a brick shithouse. And people said he had to beef up, strengthen up a bit in his game, add a bit more physicality to his game. He took it too far. Fucking hell. Just a tad. He's built like a brick shithouse. And every time he plays or comes from the bench, baby oil, up my arms and all that, make me all slippery. Come on. Doesn't work. Sevico has a traditional kit with no gold star above their badge. Oh my days. You can't help yourself, can you, Stefan? Oh dear. But you know what? I was impressed from what we saw there in the highlights form. I was impressed with what I saw from these today. And that's why, again, as a neutral in all this, when Javi Garcia was hired a few weeks back, I was telling Leeds fans, Leeds fan in particular, that I know that I usually do spaces with on Twitter and all that. I was saying that he's a good manager and all that. Look at the Watford situation in terms of when he was at Watford. Look what he did there. He got only Watford manager to get a full season, by the way, and survive. Look what he did. They got a top half finish, just outside. I think they were just outside the European spots at that time. If it had been in this era, they would have got the Conference League. FA Cup final, yes, they got battered, but that's because they played Man City, but also they went sentimental and gave Gomez the send off and all that. Like, and then he stayed put. He did all that, and he fucking stayed put for another year. Well, we're signing a new deal now. Fucking only reason you got the FA Cup finals because it was meant to be your last ever game for Watford. But nevertheless, and then that's with a club that loves hiring and firing, that hasn't got the budget of a Leeds United or the clout of a Leeds United. So I think the owners pulled off a fucking coup there and getting him in. And next season, assuming Leeds don't, obviously the players listen and they do to say up, obviously. Next season will be a really good. I think next season will be a really good season for Leeds. They won't put it aside. I don't think I'll undercut here. I can't see them being in a situation where they're fighting for survival. I do like the PSG kits, fake ones. They look. I do get the PSG kits, fake ones. They look similar to the originals. PSG seems such a young club, having formed in 1970. Formed in 1970, and then what year was it when they got taken over by the Qataris? So what? 1890. It's about just over 30 odd years of existence, and they get taken over by win the lottery, and they're fucking regarded as one of the top clubs in Europe, even though I don't get how Neymar gets away with it, by the way. Every time at this stage of the Champions League, sister's birthday, I'm injured, sorry lads, bye. I'm off to party with my sister for her birthday. In inverted commas. Oh dear, if you know, you know. And PSG always get knocked. Well, 9 times out of 10, once they've not knocked out, but 9 times out of 10 they get knocked out. It is what it is. I'm rather thankful, actually. In one sense, I've got to say, I'm rather thankful PSG got knocked out this time out, because obviously if they hadn't, they would have been playing Man City, and Man City would be like, and the entire country thinking, yes, definitely in the semi-finals. Whereas now they've got a bit of a fight in their hands with Bayern Munich, and then even obviously there's no way Chelsea can. Seeing what I've seen tonight, by the way, there's no way on God's green earth a Graham Potter Chelsea is going to beat Real Madrid. No way on God's green earth. So it's either going to be Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich in the semi-final, or Real Madrid versus Man City. Either way, Madrid is in that semi-final. Just a tad, Chris. Just a smidgen, a bit too much. Yeah. Yay! What we're all coming here for today. Wolves are going to. How can they pill that? They're mental. So Vigo's a new club as well. You can't help yourself, can you? You cannot help yourself. Oh, you really can't help yourself throwing the digs in, can you, Stefan? How did your team do anyway? Is in Ipswich, not Celtic. I know, obviously, we all know Celtic. Celtic always fucking win. At least two, but it's just like, oh, we've won 2 more. That's walking away, putting it away. That's it. Here we go. Now I can do it. Boom. Oh my days. I wouldn't say they are, but the media perceive them to be one because of the players they have in Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar, Verratti, and all that jazz, and previously Thiago Silva, Donnarumma, etc. They perceive them, they build it, they make them out to be a top club, but they're not. They're literally. They're just for a few years now, actually. Last few years, they're basically the French version of Man City. Domestically, they'll dominate league-wise and all that 9 times out of 10. And once the blue moon, they'll give the title up, but then go back on another winning streak and run for a few years, and then give it up again and all that jazz. But on a European standing, close but no cigar, always the bridesmaid in the situation, and that is basically the equivalent of what Man City are, or have been anyway. And then one time they got to a Champions League final, coming out in that COVID-ish Champions League situation that we had, whenever all the fixtures got moved the whole tournament got moved into Portugal, and it was all in one bloody one-off games, like quarter-final, semi-final, and the final and all that. And it was all in Portugal, as I said. It was like them versus Bayern Munich. They just went missing. They literally they started off all right, had a few chances like to take the lead. But as soon as the longer the game went on, they just faded out the game and went, okay, no worries. I hope Bayern Munich wins the Champions League. I think them and Madrid. That's goalkeeping. The mighty Ipswich Town won 2-0 and set a new club record. Oh my god. Did you watch the rugby today? I dipped in and out of it. I watched the Scotland game against Italy. Scotland doing what they've done all tournament in the last couple years, actually. They got better and better, and obviously they did. Even though they didn't batter. What I found bizarre was when I switched at one point, I switched going back and forth doing bits and pieces and all that. I was going back and forth, and at one point Scotland tries 3, Italy tries 1, and the scoreboard. You think with that the scoreboard would be fucking far apart. So they've got to prove their kicking and all that, because that was not. Oh, what's an assist from Theo? But good goal from Che Adams as well. But what an assist! Rolling back the years old Theo Walcott. I'm happy. I've got to say, I am happy to see Theo playing a lot more now, because he wasn't. When he signed for me, thought obviously there's a reason with his experience and all that. You'd get to see a bit more of him playing this, that, and the other. Never materialised under Hasenhüttl. But obviously, do something right in the training pitch, because I was under this new manager. Even Nathan Jones didn't play him really, but under this new guy they've got, he's given him a chance and he's taken it. Typical Kane being greedy. I'll think for myself. Boom. But what's the Scotland game? I'm dipping in and out of the England game. Even though I'm in terms of Six Nations, I'm covered. In terms of the home nations, I'm literally covered. Born in England, so I'm English, obviously. But poor fucking defender in there. 2-1 to the scum. On my mum's dad's side, I've got Scottish bloodline. On my mum's side, Irish bloodline. My dad from the other side, so it's in a certain other country, so I say, in Wales. I'm about to say it's Wales. So I've got Welsh bloodline in me as well. So I'm Six Nations, I'm covered. I'm absolutely covered. So, but obviously, first and foremost, I do support England. And after last week's embarrassment against France, I voiced my opinions quite abruptly. Fucking a poor defending again. 3-1 there. Forward of winning again though. So I'll be honest. Going into this game today, I was expecting again Paddy's weekend, St. Paddy's weekend. As anyone that's watching this or in the live chat now, if you are, hope you're having a good Paddy's weekend and all that. So it's sort of it was fitting in the sense of Ireland doing what they did today, because obviously Paddy's weekend and all that. If anyone's going to do it on Paddy's week, have a chance doing the Grand Slam and win it all, it would be Ireland on Paddy's weekend. So fair enough and all that. As I say, I'm Irish, so I've got no ill feeling towards Ireland and that side of things. But after last weekend, I was expecting an absolute battering today. But something they didn't do last week, they showed fight, which is a bit even, and with 14 men, by the way, for the majority of the game in the end. Look at Adrian score, buddy. Hell, go on. Right, here we go. Corner from Ward-Prowse. Cleared from Perisic. Boom. Ward-Prowse. Theo's hovering. Not yet. Here we go. It's going to be Theo. Oh, Theo. Walcott, my boy. Well taken. Those things are the matches. Okay, it's only a goal against Tottenham. Let's go. Move on. Let's get the third. Where's this Theo Arsenal? In terms of he stayed on side. He was watching in terms of the game plan. He's watching the ball where it is and all that, but he's staying on side at the same time. So yeah, congratulations to Ireland. Anyway, going back to rugby quickly. Congratulations to Ireland, and yeah, look forward to the World Cup now in September. Oh dear God. Not really asked about Six Nations World Cup is more important. It was World Cup year, so going from us again, it was always going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough ask for Steve Bothwick to come in and mould a team ready for the World Cup. Literally, he's only been in the job about a few weeks. Only before this tournament got underway back in February, he'd only been in the job literally a month. And it's a World Cup year, so they're asking too much of him. The IFU and all that. It would make more sense to go for someone more experienced, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, there is a penalty. So see, let's have a look at the replays there. Who got fouled? Oh, mate, there's another gooner. Well, hey, there you go. Whoa! Bloody hell! Fucking lucky didn't get his back there. But yeah, I'm looking forward. Even though England, again, I'm saying it now, England aren't ready for the World Cup in terms of winning it. The best they can probably hope for this World Cup coming is quarterfinals. Anything beyond that is a bonus. What a penalty that was! James Ward-Prowse rifled that right in the top corner against his former teammate Fraser Forster. I'm not enjoying this. Well, I just saw some of the highlights from Conte's press conference. He threw everyone under the bus. Literally threw everyone under the bus in that press conference. From top to bottom, quite literally. 3-3. What was the Spuds result? It was on the screen. 3-3. They were 3-1 up, but with 3-1 up with 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. 15 minutes. 15 minutes to go. Whatever. They were 3-1 up. In the last couple of minutes, they're still 3-1 up. Walcott scores. Bang. Boom. And then straight away, almost 3-0. And then they get another chance. Literally a minute later. Ball's getting cleared, and Asia goes at the ball, gets pretty much booted in the back, and goes down, gets a penalty, and James Ward-Prowse rifles that penalty. Here we go. So you having a kick off on here as well.
You're winning 3-1, you have to win. I see a lot of negative situation. I see a lot of selfish situation that I don't like. The crowd help us.
Well, you had a mini kick-off, not to the extent you did on the press conference itself. Yeah, quite literally. But again, it's, as I say, hence why the scoreboard says Spursy. It's Spurs for you. Why are people surprised? Let's be honest, it is Tottenham. Anyone else, yeah, you'd be a bit shocked, a bit surprised, but it's Tottenham now. Even Conte, he's I don't know if you're getting it. Stefan, I don't know if you've actually listened or watched the meltdown that he had in the press conference in front of all the media after the game. He pretty much remember what was it, 4 or 5 years ago when Juventus came back over 2 legs and knocked him out and all that, and Chiellini said it's in the Tottenham history and all that, it's in the Tottenham DNA. Oh, here we go.
It's easy in this way. Tottenham story is this: 20 years that there is the owner and never won something. Now why? Only for the fault is only for the club or for every manager that stay here. And I have seen the manager that Tottenham had on the bench. You risk to disrupt the figure of the manager and to protect the other situation.
Yeah, I'm listening.
In every moment.
We're playing it now.
Now,
no.
Until now, I try to hide the situation, but now no, because I repeat, I don't want to see what I have seen today, because this is unacceptable. There are 10 games to go, and something thinks that we can fight. We can fight for what? With this spirit, with this attitude, with this commitment. For what? For the 7th, 8th place, 9th place? I'm not used to this position. I'm really upset because it's time to change the situation. If Tottenham want to change, if they want to continue in this way, they can change manager, a lot of manager, but the situation cannot change. Believe me. Thank you very much.
Oh dear, gotta love it. Whilst we're top 11 meltdowns over trying to get into 4th. But again, I called this, Colin called this, Andrew called this, fucking Stuart called this. I think even Sam called this, Russ called this. Pretty much every Arsenal fan I know, that you guys know as well from this channel, we all called this. The fact it was a 2.5 year deal when he came in and all that, we knew it would have worked. You got every again, Tottenham fans, even when they didn't know that lesson under Mourinho. Trophy Mourinho, we're gonna win all these trophies now. Mourinho is a serial winner. How did that work out for you? Got to your final, got to the final. Fair enough, Mourinho, but he got sacked and he still didn't win it. Only Tottenham could do that. But anyway, a higher manager to win trophies gets you to a final. 6 days before the final, you're sacked. To try and divert away from the Super League bullshit that was going off at the time. Only Tottenham could. Oh dear. And then I was in, Espirito Santo. They're all, what are going from one extra? Gone from Mourinho to we don't like him. We want him out. Yeah. Like it, right? I'm gonna say this now. People and everyone, you guys can clip this up and put this on your socials and this, that, and the other. Put it out there. Message to Tottenham fans: Nuno Espirito Santo. He's your level. That is your level. Like it or not, your club. That's your level as a manager. The only reason you're getting Mourinho is because he's past it and needs the money. The only reason you're getting a Conte is because you're fucking chucking money at it. If you really wanted Conte in the first place, when Mourinho left, you would have given him what he wanted in the first place. The fact you didn't, he walked away. You got this Nuno Espirito Santo speaks volumes. And then when it all went pear-shaped, they went, okay, Antonio, have what you want. Have it. We'll do everything you say. Yes, it said and did everything they could to get him through the door. And the second they got him in the door, I went, okay, they've got him in, but nothing's going to change. He'll get the window coming up in terms of whatever players he wants to go. Yeah, sure, why not? Because it'll obviously appease the fans, this, that, and the other, no matter what. And then come the summer, boom. And what happened? Oh, we won the window. We got Perisic at 33 on a free. Yeah, we got Richarlison for £60 million. Even though it's gonna be a backup, it's £60 million. We've won the window. Yeah, look how it's worked out for you. You're battling for fucking 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. You're not even guaranteed a European spot. With 11 games to go now, you could potentially, if you don't get your head out your asses, Tottenham, you could potentially finish below Brighton and Brentford. And Fulham, actually, speaking of which, actually. But hey, what do I know? Oh dear, what's going to make it even better is when Conte does walk, either he gets such in his international break or he walks at the end of the season. I can't wait to see who this ownership pulls out the bag now, because I'm sorry, you got Jamie O'Hara and Redknapp going, oh well, let's go back to Pochettino because it worked with him. Yeah, there's a reason why they sacked him, because he got to a point where they weren't backing him and it worked in the relationship like that. And the other alternative, Tuchel, yeah, another Chelsea reject. You did Mourinho, the first one, the original reject. Look how that worked out. You've then gone for Conte, the most recent, before when Tuchel was in charge of Chelsea at the time, obviously. Look how that's worked out for you. And now you're going, and now you're saying, let's go for the hat trick. Let's complete the hat trick. Go on. As I said just now, the managers they should be looking at of the Nuno Espirito Santo ilk, that level. That's the level of Tottenham. Anything higher, they can't. They just can't do it. They cannot. They've proved it now. They've chucked money at these elite managers since Poch sacked, Mourinho and now Conte. 2 to 3 to 5, I mean. And it hasn't worked. They still haven't won a trophy. And all that jazz. How many more times has it got to happen before it gets through to them thick skulls of theirs that it's never gonna happen? They could literally sack Conte tomorrow, go and tell Pep, get him in next season, and they still wouldn't win fuck all. That is the history of Tottenham. Period. If Conte can't win a trophy, and Mourinho can't win trophies with you, no one ever will. Accept it, move on, and we go. And what's going to make it worse? That this club, is on the way up again. But I'm completely not biased. I'm not biased, guys. I'm completely open to discussions and all that, and completely not biased at all. I still believe Kane will stay at Tottenham. He doesn't have the balls to go to a big club. Kane performance has no pressure on him. That's it. Yeah, I mean, he's been heavily linked yet again with United, and I don't think it's going to happen personally. Because he's again, with all due respect, yes, he's a goal scorer. He's a proven Premier League goal scorer and all that. He's chasing an insurance record. But let's be brutally honest here. With his age and all that into the equation, why would you spend that sort of money? Even with a year left on his contract, it's going to what the Daniel Levy and all that are like. Why would you spend that sort of money on Kane when his age? He'll be 31 by the time the season ends. Either way, he's in his 30s. And now they give these players big contracts, and he's like, as I say, he's past his pomp now. And within the next year or two, he's going to start. His decline will start. Then what? Man United, in terms of Ten Hag or whoever's the owner and the manager come the summer and all that. terms of that, if they want that striker, they need to go young. Harry Kane is literally a short-term fix. There's no guarantees anything will happen there. You would think they would have a decent youth setup there, as most clubs should. Yeah, exactly. And again, I can't wait to enjoy. Literally, especially what's going to make it even better, Steve. Before I get to Stefan's comment here, what's going to make it even better is if Arsenal pull this off in the last 7 games and win this league title. Because then I will be shameless. I will enjoy it. Obviously, there's what's going to happen when we win this title, but I'm going to be shameless as well, and I'm going to rub it fucking to every Tottenham fan. I'm going to do an end of season podcast, and just literally call that every fucking Tottenham fan, every fucking Chelsea fan, mainly Tottenham, but and an individual go for club, and just go bang, fuck you, and say the best of us in terms of Tottenham, and be like, now, this is how you run a club. This is how you win titles. Will you now please fuck off and accept your mediocrity and be what you should be, a relegation fodder team? Like you once were back in the day. Oh, yeah, Felix has scored that fucking fluky goal. Poor defender from Everton again. Fuck's sake. And yet again, Jordan Pickford's in goal, short arms, and doesn't get anywhere near the ball. And it just literally trickles into the back of the net. Fucking hell. Chelsea will buy Kane this summer. It wouldn't surprise me. Kane went, fuck it, why not? We'll win a trophy, not win. You know what? I'd piss myself if Chelsea did that and he still didn't win a trophy in his time at Chelsea. I'd piss myself. Oh dear, I'll be spamming all the spad sites this summer. T-Rex Pickford. Arsenal in the driving seat, to be honest, have class. And wish Spurs all the best for the future. Of course. As long as it means they get relegated, of course. Decoy. Goals given. Ball crosses the line. Decoy with the goal there. Not that really bright pink shirt, by the way. You never miss. If you see an Everton fan in a pink shirt, if you see a bright pink football shirt, you know they're an Everton fan. You won't miss them coming from a mile off. That is bright pink, blimey. That was fucking awful defending. I keep saying about everybody defend. That's pathetic. That was pathetic defending the goalkeeper. What was Kepa doing? I mean, 2 players on the defence, Fofana and Koulibaly, were both on James Tafowski, or what he pronounced his fucking name. He gets there off, falls to the coys, and obviously no one around him, puts it in, and yeah, fucking hell. Okay, what was Kepa doing there as well? Chelsea in the attack here. Felix was really. Oh, fuck off that. Oh, that was soft. That's. And this is what I said earlier, Tom, if you're still there, in regarding to soft penalties and all that. Even though I don't agree, the Wolves' claims of a penalty weren't a penalty. This wasn't a penalty either. This is pretty much the exact same as earlier on between Wolves and Leeds, and this is given. Consistency is absolutely bizarre, so we say. Now, considering Pickford's record in terms of penalties and all that, be it penalty shootouts and all that, that's pathetic. He literally just goes, go that way, and then dives the opposite way as before the ball's even been kicked. And he goes, Kai Havertz goes, oh, we go that way. Okay, I'll do that then. So easy. And then Kai Havertz just turns around and taunts him. I'd love to stick a giant Sol Campbell stick on a Spurs stadium. Oh dear. Let's go one better. Oh my god, that's shit. And again, it's 2-2. Was that kid who's just got onto it? Sims. I've never heard of him before. Must be one of their academy products. But he's come on and scored an last minute equaliser. Bloody hell. Okay. Again, look at the foot. He's not even like tantalising football, breaking the defence down. So it's literally route one, passing it off, boom. And Koulibaly got pushed off got muscled off the ball, muscled away from the ball side from this Sims kid. Bloody hell. But Chelsea fans, and I know for a fact there's certain Chelsea fans out there, because again I'm in Twitter spaces and every now and then, every other night and all that. And the old Chelsea fans, since the draw's been made yesterday, Chelsea fans are popping into these Twitter spaces and going, "No, we're going to beat Madrid. We've got history and all that. We've done it before. We'll do it again, mate. You had touch on it. You had actually a proven Champions League manager in that sense, in terms of you had experience at that level. You're now going into a Champions League quarter final against Real Madrid with Graham Potter. Yeah, you ain't got a chance in fucking hell, and you're away the first leg, by the way. Oh no, but we'll still beat you, mate. No, you won't. You won't. You're going out. You're getting pumped. Look what they did to Liverpool. They're going to do worse to you. Trust me. But no, we win the league. Let's go one better. In terms of get a giant fuck off stadium-sized sticker thing that we just somehow caught one night. Everyone just goes that we organised a company to go there at stupid o'clock at night for the when it's like midnight till whenever, when it's like dark at night. Like literally, I go, okay, this is what we want, and literally, boom, from the bottom all the way to the top of the actual stand, an image of Sol Campbell with the FA Cup and Premier League in 2002, and then next to him have Bukayo Saka and Odegaard holding the Premier League trophy for this season next to him. Just ramming home the dominance of what we are. Prefer Chavsky to Real Madrid. I'm not Chavsky's biggest fan. I just know. I'm saying, being honest here, Chelsea are getting pumped against Real Madrid. No matter if you want to back them or not, that's your choice. But Real Madrid, it's their name on the trophy as well. They are the record holders in terms of winning this most times and all that. It's their tournament. They've rejuvenated in the last decade to make it their tournament again and have that dominance again like they used to. And like last year said it all. They weren't exactly great last year in the knockouts, but they always found a way. And then this season, first knockout round just gone. 2-0 down, 20 minutes in, 2-0 down. They found a way. They dug deep. They never gave up. Yeah, there's some dodgy defensive issues with Liverpool in that game, and goalkeeping issues, I would say, clearances wise. So goals were gifted to them. Let's not get twisted, but they still found a way to plug away, and they got the 5 goals in that, killed the tie off, went back to Bernabeu at midweek, and just basically went through emotions in that game. They didn't even have to get out of first gear. They didn't have to get out of fifth gear or anything. They just went through the emotions of the game. And they still managed to win the game itself, win 6-2 on aggregate, for fuck's sake. And they're Liverpool having a pretty up to recently a similar season to Chelsea. And so imagine what Real Madrid are going to do to Chelsea at the Bernabeu at first leg. It's going to be a bloodbath. Here we go. Next game, sorry. Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. Or AFC Bournemouth if you want to be spot on and all that. Oh my god, that's pathetic. Jesus Christ, that was literally the easiest goal they're ever going to score in their lives. What the what was that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five Villa players in attack to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outfield players and the goalkeeper to contend with, and the 5 outdone it. Boom. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Don't come again. Football don't always work like that different match, but come on, I'm just being realistic here. There's no way Chelsea will get anywhere near getting past Real Madrid. They won't. They just won't. And if by some miracle they put it off, they've got Man City or Bayern Munich to contend with in the semi-final. What have you forgot, Stefan? Dare I ask? So Solanke can score against Arsenal, the way he did every week. Running through 1-on-1 pretty much. Martinez decides to take an extra touch and let Mings back in and defend like that, and yeah, fuck up his lines. Okay, cool. How the hell did Bournemouth beat Liverpool? Because Liverpool fucking shite themselves in terms of consistency this season. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jacob Ramsey the goal there. My days, that's so easy again. Literally gets the ball to the edge of the box, just runs at his man, past him, and then literally goes to as a shot of a putt, like he's passing it basically. Like side foots it and all that passing motion. And it literally goes straight towards the goalkeeper. He gets down, hits his elbow and goes in. You know. Oh my days. I've said it already. Southampton, even though they got the result today, I don't. Now they've got the result today. I don't want them to go down, but I think they will. Obviously, they are going to go down one way or the other. Oh my fucking god! Bournemouth they're gone, and it's going to be one of either West Ham, Leicester, or Everton. Or Palace, actually, saying that. Now I've got rid of Vieira. Oh my god! Oh my god! Seriously, like you said, Tom. How the fuck did this Bournemouth side beat Liverpool playing like this? Even my friends online post it. Post what? I'm confused now. What's going on? There's on the toy talk or political, going political now. If Steve the Arsenal Misfits asking if Southampton go down, does Theo retire? Yeah, I don't see him wanting to play another season with Southampton. With all due respect to Southampton, if they're in the Championship, he won't want to end his career doing another year and end his career at that level. He'll just go, you know what, it is what it is. I'll call it a day and go off gracefully and do whatever he's got planned to do after when he goes into retirement, be it coaching or whatever, or punditry, or whatever he's got a feel for. But I think if they stay up, there's a big if. I know it's close at the moment, obviously, but if Southampton were to stay up, I think they'll stay on another year just for the experience, just to add that bit of experience, and allow the manager and the club to have that lean on him for that experience in terms of on and off the pitch. And hope and pray that actual owners get the hell out of their arses. I remember seeing Theo play for them down here, lost 5-1, but he was class, to be honest. That's the reason why we went for him, in terms not that game against you guys, but in general, when he burst on the scene at Southampton when they were in the Championship for the first half of that season, the 5-06 season, that from some of 05 till the winter, he caught our eye. We was like, okay, let's go and get him. We wouldn't have got him. I was like, oh, okay. One for the future, get him in early and all that, and kick on for the new year of Arsenal at the Emirates and all that. Fair enough. I thought, honestly, when we brought him in, I thought we'd see a bit of him in certain games here and there, once in a blue moon here and there. Even at the last game at Highbury, I thought maybe they might put him on the bench, just give him a 5-minute cameo. If things are going well, give him a 5-minute cameo and all that. Again, for the future and this, that, and the other, get fans excited. Nope. Somehow gets into the World Cup squad on Wenger's word to spend. Then I'm in a year, 4 years later, when he actually merits to be in the World Cup squad 4 years later, he gets fucking dropped by Capello for fucking Aaron Lennon, sorry. Mental. He went for fucking fair. He won't be in the World Cup, you moron. But no, let's drop him. I mean, it was up again. In terms of our attackers, I think he was a top goal scorer in our attackers. No, we don't need the goals. We don't need your goals for you. You scored X amount for Arsenal that season. No. Fucking idiot. A lot of fans nowadays realise, Arsenal fans wise, since he's left us, they realise now that actually he wasn't that bad of a player, this, that, and the other. He was massively underrated. And I joked earlier about him obviously always being on offside, this, that, and the other. He never knew the offside trap and all that malarkey. But he was a decent player. It's just, if him and Wenger got their heads together and gone, right, this is the position we're playing, yeah, in terms of either be a striker or a winger, and just stuck with it for his entire career, he could have made a proper go at it in that position, long-term wise. But every time his contract was coming up for renewal, Wenger would go, okay, I'll put you in striker. It's just like, because he wanted to play striker. He always said, I want to play striker. I want to be the main man. And every time a contract renewal came up, Wenger would go, okay, if you sign a new contract, look, I'm proving it now. I'm going to give you not the armband, the chance now to prove yourself. But at the same time, if you do prove yourself, there's a contract here, and you'll be the striker. And every time I signed the contract, straight afterwards, back out to wing. And then when I regretted, I'll be honest, when he left us in the Wenger's last, would be Wenger's last season, the 17-18 season, in January 2018 to Everton, I was gutted. I'll be honest, I was gutted. It was weird seeing him play for Everton as well afterwards, and the blue of Everton after seeing him for years in Arsenal red. His career's never really gone on, has it? In terms of it was like from there on in, after he left us, he just petered out really. But look, it is what it is, and I remember at the time when he was still an Arsenal player. I've still got it as well. A framed signed shirt by Theo Walcott and all that, all fish and all that. It's malarkey. A little frame. It's all framed in this, that, and the other. It's hanging out on my door here, outside of the door. And when I started doing all this live streaming, but then I started off in Periscope to build my confidence up. You get so much grief for it. It's like, he's an Arsenal player. He scores goals. I like him. He's an English talent as well. Why not? Plus, it's my fucking money. End of the day. But it's only since he's left that other people as well have started getting off his back. Because I remember the Busey again from a certain channel in particular. It's now the biggest Arsenal channel out there. The abuse he got from that channel week in, week out it was ridiculous. And people wonder why we didn't achieve fuck all to the level they wanted. Or maybe, just maybe, if you didn't spend your entire time after every game abusing the players to that level, they may have not been disheartened and actually, might have got the head out the backsides and actually improved on the pitch and actually got us to where you wanted them to get to. You never know now. I mean, it's no mystery that suddenly there's still a few fans out there still not getting behind it properly that they should do. But on that particular channel now, when the majority of them are literally not abusing a player, guess what? We're doing well, guys. Wow, it's a God-given miracle. Oh my God, that's fucking poor. I don't know if there's a deflection there, but if there's no deflection in that shot from Jensen, then that's poor goalkeeping from the Leicester goalie there. It changed the scoreboard for the last game, by the way. Sorry about that. I would like to see if Walcott's going to go into coaching. We don't know what his plans are after it goes into a time if he's going to punch deal or whatever. But if he was to go into any sort of coaching or anything like that, I would like to see him come back in some capacity at Arsenal. If he's a pundit, don't go to Theo. Please don't go to Sky at the moment because it's shit there. Go Amazon and every now and then just build yourself up on Amazon and all that. In terms of when they have their X amount of games every season until that changes, obviously. Good goal there from Harvey Barnes. That got some good play there. Actually, Maddison with the assist. Shoko, he comes back. Chris in the chat says Arsenal fans became the most hated fan base, and even what's it today? There's he's a sub to the channel. I assume he still is a sub to the channel. Luca, mate, he idolises the ground the gunner walks on. The man doesn't see no wrong in him and all that, and what he says and all that. What he says is gospel. And he's put again Thursday. I'm at the game myself Thursday, yeah. So on the way back, I'm seeing obviously Tomiyasu and the clutches and all that, seeing other images. And in terms of the Sleever situation, it was just more of a precaution. He got taken off. He felt a bit of a twinge. Got taken off for precaution. That's it. Even then, on Thursday, he's there sending out the fucking false information of, oh no, it's the end of the world. I'm hearing this. He's definitely out for the rest of the season. Like, fuck off. Fuck all. Let the club fucking tell us, for fuck's sake. And even today, I came off Gary's stream earlier. Straight away, he's there. 2 to 3 weeks is the end of the world. No, upholding. Right. If it's 2 weeks, if Sleep was out for 2 weeks, again, not good considering the timing, not the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what? After tomorrow, we have a 2-week break, everyone. Wow. What could that mean? Could he be back for Leeds? Yes. Do your fucking maths. Stop pushing this false fucking information bullshit to build up your fucking profiles. It does my fucking head in. Pardon my French, guys, but it does my head in. It really pisses me off. fucking clout chasing twats. And then we mentioned that someone, I saw a tweet as well. Someone mentioned, I was like, where have you heard this from? Oh, I have a source. Da, 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 da. Can you send me a link? Nothing. So I went back in and went, and it's on public. It's on public as well. He won't send a link, mate, because he knows fuck all. He's really pissed me off recently, so no. He'll probably see this now. He'll fucking DM me, go, everything okay? Everything okay? When I don't reply back to him, I'll follow you then. Grow up. But certain people are so desperate to drive up their channel. They'll do anything and say anything and put out anything to drive their channels up. Be it false information about an injury, be it just ranting, or we lose a game, or not. We lose them or not in terms of the actual game itself. We lost on penalties, but we got knocked out on pens. Oh, the first opportunity I got to rant. Yay! And he wondered why. Oh, all these views I'm getting because you're being a fucking pleb. People are looking outside of the Arsenal fan base. People are actually looking to see if there's any idiots still out there ranting after a defeat, even when we're in this position where we are this season, the season we've had, and you give it to them. That's why you're getting views, you fucking moron. You're not keeping it real. You're just saying it for the sake of saying it to get views and build up your fucking platform. It pisses me off. And then he said a conversation. I've got the fucking mistakes. Have you ever fucking done it? Luke, have you ever fucking denied this? I'll fucking out you. But he literally told me on Thursday as well, Arteta has, if Arteta does not win the league, this season, no matter how far close it is, if Arteta does not win the league from here on in now, he wants Arteta sacked. Oh, you a fucking moron. I'm sorry, it really aggravates me nowadays. Especially when the club and we are doing what we're doing this season. In this position we found ourselves in. That people like that still want to go out and say certain things to just for the sake of driving up their channels and things like that, or their social media platforms. So instead of just enjoying the moment, enjoying the season that I have. I've been real for that entire season. I've enjoyed it for what it is. But hey, what do I know? It is ridiculous. And it just keep saying it. It does piss me off when I'm going to get messages on way as I'm getting in on from late in the stupid o'clock. That stupid o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting a message from him DM wise. If he ever denies it, I'm seeing this. He ever denies it, I'll fuck it out in publicly with the receipts. Going, oh, Arteta must win the league now. If he doesn't win the league, I want him sacked. In that case, then historically, okay, Klopp. It's most recent. It's most recent in terms of this Liverpool era. Then, apart from the title they did win, the season before and was it 3 seasons since then, 2-3 seasons since, when Liverpool haven't won the league and they're fallen short or whatever. So basically, you're saying Klopp should have been sacked then. Liverpool fans should have had the mentality of, you want to, even before it, you didn't win the league title by a point. Get rid of him. Everything you've worked for, let's rip it up and start again. Do you not understand football? Do you not understand how a club is built and run? How success is built and made and created, even now? I'm of a certain age. You all go. I'm open about my age. Everyone knows my age. So I've witnessed my team. Obviously, I've witnessed Arsenal win league titles. I know what it takes to have a team built in a certain way and achieve success. As the saying goes, if you don't succeed at first, you try and try again. You don't just go, well, it didn't work out the first time, so we know we're going to bin you off and we'll start again. It's a recipe. That is a recipe for disaster. And it really hurts my head, and it really angers me. There's people out there that spout this bollocks, and even when they know they're in the wrong of saying what they're saying, they know they're in the wrong, so they sort of backhanded wise go, yeah, I get what you're saying, but then go, but oh my days, it just pisses me off. And yeah, if you cannot see what he's building, and in fact, you guys know, all my regulars here, that they know for the last few months I've been saying, no matter what happens this season, win the title or not, I believe we will come back next season stronger and go again. And we'll aim to go that one step further then. If we haven't won it this season, we'll go back. And if we do win it, we'll come back even stronger either way and go to defend it. Because guess what? I've been there. Obviously, I was 6 days old, 89, 91, and a couple of years old. But in terms of recent times, in terms of the Wenger era in particular, 98, we won the league. 99, missed out. We failed to win the title on the last day of the season because the week before we lost to Leeds and we needed Tottenham to favour and they didn't. We lost the title on the last day of the season to Man United in 99. 2000, United win the league. 2001, United win the league. So what? In them 3 seasons, then we just sacked Wenger and started again. And then the pain of 2001's FA Cup final spurred that team on that we had in 2001 to then go on and do what they did in 2001-02 season. And in 2003, won the FA Cup again, retained that, but now threw away. I'll be honest, we threw away the league title. We had it in our hands to defend it, and in the last few weeks, for whatever reason, we bottled it. And I say that, even now I say that, we bottled it in 2003. It was in our hands, one hand on it, bookies were paying out, and we threw it away. But we came back. The pain of that, the agony of that, spurred them on again. It spurred them on, quite literally, to then do what they did the following season, go invincible, and win the league title that way. So I've seen it, and then what convinces me with what's going on with Arteta in terms of if the worst thing was to happen now, we don't win anything now in terms of the league title. Obviously, we don't win the league title, we don't win nothing. But if we don't win this league title, the worst case scenario here, from what convinces me we'll go again next season and we will go a step further, we'll look to do it as well, is how the players reacted last summer. I keep saying it, to the pain, the angst, the disappointment of missing out on what we were aiming for last season. We had it in our hands with 3 games to go. To go through that, make a few additions to the squad, but for the core of that squad that's still here as well, to then come back this season and do what they've done and defy all logic and play arguably the best football in the league, and that includes Man City, by the way. Play the best football in the league, be another formidable force, have a defence that has, in terms of Ben White playing right back, never played it before consistently wise in his life. That's his position now. Boom, off you go. He's done that week in, week out. Best right back in England. Best English right back, I mean, we've got it based on form this season. Saliba and Gabriel never played with each other in their careers. Slotted in like they've been playing for years and all that malarkey. Obviously, booking Zinchenko, what he offers, this and the other. We've all discussed that. With the additional, we got obviously all had Tierney, but you know what I'm saying. And that's my point. Well, they used that, they harnessed that that agony from last summer, and they've gone on to do something no one thought they would do. No matter what, we've got Champions League football next season, but winning this title is obviously going to be, if we do it, out of this world. It would arguably be a better league title win than the last one we had in 2004. If we're being brutally honest, because it's come out again, because it's come out of nowhere. But again, that's another thing. Over the last 2 months or so, I've sort of started drawing comparisons. I'm not purposely doing it, but it's just you sit back and you look at it and you think, hang on. You start connecting dots and all that. This is very similar things are happening this season in terms of this title, in terms of Arsenal and this title race, like similar to what happened in 88, 89. Hadn't won a league title in 18 years. We're nowhere near the title race in that 18-year time frame as well. And we just went about our business, basically. That's it. Again, yeah, Arsenal brought in a manager a couple of years prior, in 86, 87, sorry. Come from Millwall, so he had some sort of experience, but not of this level. Ex-Arsenal player as well, wore the number 8. Got rid of a lot of the hierarchy, the big guns, the experienced players and all that, because they weren't plateauing the line, this, that and the other. No, it's not what I'm going with this. Obviously, he won an FA Cup in his first few months. George Graham won the League Cup in his first couple of years. First in 87, he won the League Cup. Comparisons keep going. Looks to the youth, not just in terms of outside sourcing, but also the academy itself. And come 88, 89, out of nowhere, no one expected it. Bang, boom, off we went. On a title charge, out of nowhere, against an all-conquering Liverpool, not just domestic, in the world at the time. All-conquering, bang. Going a little blip at one point, which again is similar timing-wise, similar to back in 89 as well. Not as long, but similar. And then let's let that rival back into it, and that never gave them that hope. And we got over the line, one way or the other. We got over that line. We did it. It just feels similar to that. If it happens, fantastic. I am gonna love everything because I've waited so long. Like most gunners my age, we've waited so long for this. Never again. This for me, this in terms of us pushing for the title, was a year in advance. I was expecting this next season, if I'm being brutally honest. But it is what it is, and I mean, I'm enjoying it. I've said from day one all season, in the podcast, in the match day watch-alongs, enjoying it. Game by game, we enjoy it though. But for some reason, people like Luca just don't want to do that. They want to be constantly negative, and it's just like, no, it's not good for my mental health either. Anyone's mental health, you're in a good space, you're seeing someone in this time frame being that negative. It's just like, it's the end of the world. Like, wait, look, we've got Palace tomorrow. Really? I'm at home. Yes, if we haven't got Saliba, it isn't the end of the world. If it's 2 to 3 weeks, he should be back for the Leeds game at the very least, if not in time for Liverpool. Oh, here we go. What's that? Well, popping to chat. I've vented off. I do apologise for the rant there, but it really aggs me that people just can't enjoy the moment for what it is, and then when they get an opportunity to complain, they jump on it. They don't even really need to complain either, because it is it has turned out, ironically, it turned out to be a blessing, because if we'd gotten through on Thursday, we'd have got Juventus next round, away in Turin first, and at the Emirates second leg, but away in Turin. And the phone's we died now, but basically it would have been after the international break. If we'd gotten through after the international break, it would have been Leeds, Liverpool, off to Turin for the first leg, Southampton at home to Juventus. Assuming we get through that, you got to go again. Juventus, you got to go full strength, by the way. So going in that Liverpool game, we would have been going, who do we sort of take off at a certain point to rest and for that Juventus game? Whereas now we don't have to worry about it. And if we assume we got through that, we would have been screwed for the semi-finals, because either Sevilla or Man United would be in the semi-final with us, and it would have been around the time frame when we played Chelsea in the league and all that. I think just after we played Man City. So it'd be like, I think it would have been City semi-final first leg, Chelsea second leg, or something. No, it would have been Chelsea first leg, league game against Newcastle, and then second leg after Newcastle going into Brighton, I think it was, something like that. Either way. And then again, you've got to go full strength in them games. And again, it's a huge risk. I mean, he's complaining about an injury. This guy complains about one injury. In terms, he's not really, for some reason, not really fussed about Tomiyasu for some bizarre reason, but it is what it is. But he's more fussed about Saliba being injured with a little back pull for 2 to 3 weeks. My God, what would you have done if we'd gotten through and he'd gotten more injuries that took out for the rest of the season? He would have lost his fucking mind. Actually, he'd be actually going, what? View time, rant time. It's like, fuck off. He does piss me off, and I know he's going to, if he is up to my channel, so he's going to see this, and I'm sorry, mate, but you do piss me off so much. It's not good for my mental health seeing you fucking just complain and put out false information for the sake of putting information out to get views and clicks and retweets. It's a joke. But anyway, West Ham to win the Conference League, Arsenal to win the Premier, Man City to win the Champions League, Juve to win the Europa League, 140-1. Bloody hell. I think in terms of Europa, I don't think Juve win it. Personally, I don't think Juve win it. What did I say? I was speaking to James the other day. Yesterday, after the draw was made and all that. And I think it'll be sort of I think the final itself will be between Sevilla and Bayer Leverkusen. Because the reason why I say Sevilla, Juventus will knock out Lisbon. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of Man United, yes, Sevilla. And by the way, I do know Sevilla are having a terrible season in La Liga and all that. But this is their competition. Whatever, no matter how over the years, you look at over the years, they always find that no matter how bad they're doing in La Liga, how underperforming was they're doing in La Liga, they always find a way of winning this competition and get themselves into Champions League for the following season. They always find a way. In the European spot or not in their league, they find a way. And they have to know how to navigate past United. And then Sevilla versus Juventus, I think Sevilla will have a field day. And I think Leverkusen will be that team that you don't expect to be in the final, but they'll navigate their way to it one way or the other. Champions League, Man City ain't winning the Champions League. They are not winning the Champions League. I don't think Madrid will either. Just to say that now, I think Madrid knock out Chelsea easily. My opinion, obviously. But I'll say it now. I don't think the winner of the Champions League is coming from that side of the draw. The winner of the Champions League, in my opinion, is coming from the other side. There's only one viable team that's going to do that from the other side of the draw, and that's Napoli. I've got to say, I think the fact that they're just that. on that. They're going to be on a high of winning Serie A for the first time ever. I don't know what the deal is. They're going to be that. It's going to be that high that they've got, that confidence, and they can fully. They've got three league wins away from winning, I believe, the Serie A title because they're so far ahead. They can just focus on the last few games of the season. Just focus, doing what they've got to do, keeping fit, doing what they're doing in Europe, and then get to that final. Last few games out of the way, and then fully focus doing the job and causing the upset. I honestly do think Napoli could do it. But yeah, it is what it is. But I haven't thought you won. That's good odds either way. That's good odds though. West Ham to win the conference, Arsenal to win the league, Prem for champions, Man City for the champs, and Juve for Europa. Okay, hang on. We're in March, and the BBC have decided to put the most recent, not the most recent, but this. Not the recent one, the one before last Halloween film on BBC. We're in March, by the way. They're putting Halloween on. Fuck me. Oh yeah, Tom's getting rid of you. So Tom, if you're in the chat still, my friend, do put the link in the chat if you want, mate, my friend, to promote it and all that. What's the bet? The Tories are going to get wiped out the election. Pretty Patel for Prime Minister. Oh, my days give me strength. Oh, dear God. You got some weird fetishes, Chris, that's all I'm saying. Ryan's having kittens this season. Come to the green side. Titles on one, mate. Oh, one in November. Mate, I'm not having kittens over this. I'm not having kittens over the season itself. I'm enjoying the season, but it's just idiots out there that piss me off and that either spread negative vibes no matter what. I remember after literally back at the start of February before we played Everton, the guy literally on Twitter, Arsenal going to lose today. Arsenal going to lose today. 2-1, 2-1. Brentford, Arsenal going to lose today. Arsenal going to Man City. Arsenal. It just really pissed me fucking off. Like, shut up. You're meant to be Arsenal. You're meant to be a supporter of the club, for fuck's sake. Support them. The ball's not even been kicked. Just get behind them, for fuck's sake. That's the Villa. Arsenal going to lose today. We beat them. And claims all the fucking glory. Fuck off. Leicester, it's just after Leicester, he did it again, and I was like, he stopped, and I guarantee he'll do it again. I guarantee tomorrow. I guarantee I'm going to wake up with see a tweet from him going, "We're going to lose today, and this is going to be the score." And I'll personally get my ass to Milton Keynes and beat the living crap out of him if he does, because he's really pissing me off. There's no need for the negativity BS that he spouts and others spout as well. And that's what gives Arsenal fans a fucking bad rep. And as an Arsenal fan on an Arsenal YouTube channel, get tired of that brush, and it really fucking pisses me off. Being negative about being top and consolidating that lead is absurd. Yep. Tell me about it. As you guys know, Defran, Chris, Tom, all my regulars and all that, you guys know how I approach this, how I approached the season going into it, and how I've approached it throughout the season. And even when we lost, yes, I'm disappointed when we lose a game, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like, oh, it's the end of the world, get our tatter out, calling for his head. Honestly, I got it, at one point. I did call for his head. I admit that last season. Yeah, at the start of last season, I was a bit. I started fully going for that side. Yeah, I admit that I got it wrong. Second half of last season proved I got it wrong, and ever since then we've kicked on. The fact that I said it earlier, we used the agony of how the failure, what happened there back in the last season. We've kicked on to do what we're doing this season. Speaks volumes, and if no one, and if there's fans in inverted commas, by the way, out there that want to refuse to see that, shame on them, because you won't enjoy your life. Basically, if you're constantly looking for the negatives, just in football, in a football club you come to support, if you're looking for the negatives in that, how do you enjoy life? Like, seriously. Just sit back, relax, enjoy it for what it is. And if we don't, look, the worst case scenario, if we do not win the league, yes, it would be a disappointing season. Don't get me wrong, not to win a trophy this season after the way we've played and all that, and position we're in at the moment in terms of the league, it will be disappointing. But we go again. This team has shown it now. They will go again. Improvements will be made to the squad. We will go again. And when it comes to Champions League, well, look, we lost to Lisbon. Yeah, Lisbon in the Champions League. And guess what? This is a summer where for 2.5 months, we will strengthen our squad. So don't panic. We'll make additions to the squad that will make us ready for the Champions League come fucking September next season, sorry. So that won't be an issue. We won't drop out the fucking group stages. We will literally be top seeds or in the second pot. Either way, we will be ready for this. And we will mount a challenge again for the title. And we will go again and cause everyone fucking agony again. When we lift one way or the other, we're lifting the trophy either this season or next season in terms of the Premier League title. I am convinced it's going to happen. Either May 28th this season, we are lifting the league title, or May next year, we are lifting the league title. It's happening, like it or not. People need to get rivals need to get their heads around that. It's going to happen. I'm that convinced that I'm that engrossed in what's actually happening with this club, of what Arteta's doing, what Edu's doing. Arsenal have done amazing, yeah. And exactly. Again, you're not even an Arsenal fan and you see this. We're neutral fans are seeing this. But I've got idiots in my own fan base that refuse to do it because they want to vent for the sake of views. It does my head in. It really does. And I do apologise for the half hour rant I've just given you guys over one person pissing me off, but I needed to get it off my chest because as soon as I spoke about it, and I had to get it out there. Even the Flying Pig has admitted it's going to happen. Exactly. Well, there you go. Even Mark Goldbridge has said it's going to happen either this season, next season. It's happening. The league title, Arsenal are going to win a league title, if not two. Terry and the Football Terrors, all season. Terry on the Football Terrors channel, all season pretty much. He has from pretty much early on after the first. I don't know about. I think it was just after the United game. Was it before we played United away or the game after we played United? He started obviously at that time. I think we were in it was like first or second at that time after the game after United. I mean, he started putting it out there that we could put a challenge together and all that. Obviously, time will tell this, that, and the other, and we did. We just consistently from after losing to United all the way to the Wolves away game, we went bang, okay, win. Oh, one draw, win. And we've put ourselves in a great position. And then the hurdle put us, oh, well, World Cup's coming at the worst time for you guys because they come back and you're going to have either injuries to this one or that one, or your form's just going to drop off and you're going to be found out, this and the other. Yeah, okay, we lost a player at the World Cup for 3.5 months, by the way. For 3.5 months, we've lost this our main striker. But did our form drop? No. In terms of where we were before the World Cup, in terms of top of the league, 5 points clear, and where we are when Jesus has come back, top of the league, 5 points, we haven't actually dropped off. We had a few dodgy results. Don't get me wrong, in terms of Everton away, Man City at home, and that Brentford game. Again, the Brentford game, you can sort of take that out of the equation in one sense because, yeah, it was a 1-1 draw, but circumstances led to that being a 1-1 draw. If people were doing their jobs on the day, that could have been the 3 points there, an extra 2 points for us that day. But it is what it is. But after the Man City, after losing to Man City, going behind City in the title race on goal difference and all that. The very next game, look how we reacted as a team. And since then, we have kicked on. And I'm not. It could come. These words can come back and bite me in a few hours' time when we play Palace. But I'm not worried. I'm not concerned about Palace tomorrow. We're at home. We will. I'll be more concerned with Vieira because obviously the Arsenal connection and all that. He might be more motivated in that sense. But they've got no Arsenal connection now. Wilfred Zaha might try and dive this, that, and the other, but he can dive all he wants. He ain't getting fuck all tomorrow, touch wood. And I apologise for the swearing, YouTube, but I need to get this off my chest. And I am convinced we are going to win comfortably tomorrow. Then Thursday night will be all forgotten about in terms of the outcome, and we'll go into the international break 8 points clear, happy with ourselves, knowing that Man City now know they have to beat Liverpool. If we're 8 points clear going into the next match day after the international break, and because City kick off early kick off on that first game back against Liverpool, City then know they have to win. If they do not win, and we beat Leeds that day, even with a game in hand, what we're going to be? I'm trying to think now. If City was to lose, it would be 11 points clear. If they were to draw, they would pull back a point for briefly a couple of hours. So it makes 7 points, 8, 9, 10. It would be 10 points. At the very least, would be 10 points clear. And then it's literally just a matter of you might as well give up the top race, give it to us, and just get on with it. Your Champions League that will run in. Because then they're going to have even though we've got Liverpool the following week at Anfield, which ain't going to be an easy game, by the way. If we get 7 points out of our next 3 games against Palace tomorrow, Leeds on the 1st of April, and Liverpool the following week. I think it's on a Sunday as well, 4:30 kickoff, I believe. Need to double check that. But if we get 7 points at bare minimum of 7 points in the next 3 games, I think we go on. We will then kick on to finish the job come May and lift that trophy. At least I can say I've enjoyed the ride either way, but if we do it, I've enjoyed the ride and I've not been throwing my toys at the pram unlike others when a bit of adversity comes our way. Stefan, if City were champions, it means Arsenal blew it. But I get that, yeah, and it is true. That would be the case, especially if we win tomorrow, 8 points clear and all that, and we go on to still lose out, whatever. I think Terry and the football Terrence said that he's been saying for a few weeks actually, for Arsenal to win, not Arsenal, for Man City to win the Premier League from here on in, they will have to go on and win at least 9, if not 10, of their remaining 11 games or 12 games, because that game and then obviously after this weekend, they're 12 games, at least 10 of their last 12. And in the meantime, not only they got beat us at the Etihad, they've got to rely on someone else doing them a favour as well, which ain't a guarantee. Going what we got to let's be brutally honest. Looking at the running, just after the World Cup, just after the internationals coming up, the first few games back, we've got a tougher. I know that they've got Liverpool, but after that, they've got a nice little. We've got a cushion of winnable games really at a certain point. Whereas we've got we got Leeds again with a winnable game, but then we've got Liverpool, Southampton, West Ham. So 3 of the 4 games I mentioned there, winnable games. Liverpool could go either way, but hopefully we come out with at least a point. But then we have the last 6 come up, and then it's Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle, and then the last 3 is Brighton at home, Forest away my birthday, and then Wolves at home. Oh dear. But we should. But going, if we're to go by Arsenal's form this season, Liverpool could be tough. Yeah, I accept that. In terms of Liverpool, I accept that. Anfield, again, even in our pomp under Wenger, in the early Wenger years, Anfield was a tough place to go to for us. It was always a tough place to get the result and all that. Even in our pomp and they weren't nowhere near our level and all that, respectively. I accept that, and that's why I say at the bare minimum, if we can come out of that game at Anfield with a point, I'll be not ecstatic, but I'll be happy with it. And we kick on, we move on for the next one. Of Southampton and West Ham, respectively. Stefan says that's the thing. You didn't beat City, but you are top, and that's what counts. Exactly. Again, I keep saying it, everyone knows my age, but I keep saying it again. I'm 33 going on 34. I mean, I'm showing my age and my maturity in this by realising and witnessing, because I've been here before in the early years growing up of my life, in terms of the 98 season, the 2002 double winning season, 2004, in amongst them all, in all the other seasons in between it all. I've been here before. I've seen this play out. I know it's different in terms of the landscape where it's not just Arsenal versus United. It's now you've got a Man City getting run by a country or an entire country being running Man City there. You've got Newcastle jumping in the frame recently as well on that side of things. You've got Chelsea with all their money, even though they're not. I mean, they're Roman, but now this guy's got money, but he ain't doing it right. You've got Liverpool doing what they've been doing for the last few years. It's more competition, but I've been here before. I've seen this, and as the weeks go by and the games tick off, and again, I do listen to rival fans as well. And as I say, Terry from Football Terrence said, because obviously he had the argument of how many games Man City would have to win, and at the same time hope that Arsenal drop off. But he says, yeah, Man City would have to win at least 10 of the last 12. But at the same time, as they do that, they've then got to hope that Arsenal's form that they've mounted all season completely falls apart. The only way that Man City can do that, win their 10 games and still win the league out of their 12, dropping points in 2 to 12, but winning the 10, is if Arsenal in their 11, their league form for the whole season just completely capitulates, and we just go, fuck, shit the bed. That's the only way. And even he can't see that happening. It'll be awesome seeing Arsenal fans happy. About me and Liam mentioned this about a month or so ago. That if Arsenal do win this, do pull this off and win the title, if it happens to happen, it's an away game, and we're both on stream for that game, and it happens, final whistle goes, we're confirmed as league champions, we will both said, we both admitted we will probably break down in tears of joy. Absolute joy. It'd be tears, but it'd be tears of joy. Because of that 18 going on 19 years of waiting and everything we've gone through as well, in terms of since that title win, leaving Highbury to the Emirates, having to go through that period of transition in terms of managing how we bring players in and also pay off the stadium and things like that, and then jump into the equation and then amongst all that, not knowing that around the corner Man City was about to be bought out by a country, not knowing that Chelsea were then going to the Chelsea sort of situation was going to arise and do what it did and cause us massive issues. Everything that's coming in between, not knowing all that, and then to out of nowhere, it will be. I keep saying it's out of nowhere to win this league title. It'll bring the Arsenal fans from my generation and older to tears because it's just out of the blue, and it's so. I think that's what makes me. I can only speak for myself in this situation, but it'll make me appreciate the title win even more. I appreciate the season even more as it is, but if we win the title, I would appreciate it even more because it's so out of the blue and got to enjoy that bit more because of that. But hence why I make the comparisons about 89 and all that earlier, right before that. But what's the goal swing? I'll have a look for you now, my friend, before we go. If you bear with me, I'll get the league table up now. It's not that bad actually, because I don't think it's that bad actually now. Not much in it. Prem table, here we go. Right. One sec. Oh, that really isn't that bad actually. Right, so as it stands, because obviously Arsenal play tomorrow, Arsenal obviously first, 27 games, 27 games played, 21 wins, 3 draws, 3 defeats, goals scored 62, goals conceded 25, it makes a goal difference of 37, plus 37, with 66 points. And we're literally, our last 5 games we've won them all in the league. Man City are second, they're 27, they've played 27 games as well, but obviously we play 28 tomorrow. But yeah, they've won 19, drawn 4, lost 4. They've scored 67, conceded 25, same as us, a goal difference of plus 42. So there's literally a 5 goal swing. So if we win tomorrow, for example, 3-0, 4-0, that goal difference then, even though they've got a game in hand, Man City, after this weekend, that goal difference then comes down to 1 or 2, depending on, as long as we keep the clean sheet, but we win 3 or 4-0, it comes down to a 2 or 1 goal swing, basically. And it shows the levels as well, because I'm looking at the table there. Man United, for example, because they're third, their goals scored is 41, conceded 35, plus 6 goal difference, going from 42 and 37 to 6. Third, 12, plus 12 in goal difference, scored 52, conceded 40. That's what it's there. Newcastle scored 39, conceded 19. So it's the best defence record in the league, really, in terms of conceding the least amount of goals, but not scoring enough. Obviously, that's been their issue this season, clearly. But plus 20, and as I say, 37-42. And then you go all the way down to 10th for Chelsea, or plus 1. Fulham, 1. Villa, -4, etc., etc. But anyway, so yeah, take that down now. In reference to Arsenal fans being happy, it might be like the end of FIFA pitch. Watched that the other day, actually, back in last month. Yeah, last month. Yeah, last month watched that. It must have been ages, but I thought we don't want to put it on and all that. And yeah, imagine that. Oh my days. And because look, obviously 28th of this month, I've got tickets going south for the Wolves game officially. For Arsenal members and all that. He's going to see. It's obviously, Liam's got season tickets, so he's fine. He's guaranteed to be there no matter what. But I'm basically a silver member, but it's called the disabled. But because I get the same benefits as a silver member. So on the 28th of this month, and they're confirmed by an email, by the way, the tickets go on sale. I'm setting my alarm the day before, up early, coffee, and what? I think now about an hour. At 9 o'clock, I'm phoning up. I'm getting the tabs up. I'm getting in the queue. You name it. Online as well, and see which one I get through to first. Basically, one way I'm getting tickets to that game, no matter what. Even if we don't, because it'd be my luck otherwise. Because I'll be waiting for so long. I really want to be there if we do it and lift that trophy. I want to be there in the moment with my own, surrounded by me, 60 odd thousand like-minded Arsenal fans around me. It'd be the perfect way to as a belated birthday celebration to a week later. But yeah, and then literally, because we now know we're not going to be in a competition for Europe anymore this season, the next day, on the 29th, I'll assume if we do win the league, then the parade will be on the 29th. So literally, it's going to be a mad 24 hours that day. Going to that game, no matter what, seeing that play out, lift that trophy, celebrate for what it is, absolute blowout basically in terms of celebrating, and then come back, go home, come back literally up again early, stupid o'clock early, by the way, because you want to be one of the first, because of what it will be, the momentum of the occasion of all that. Going to be insanely early, up again on the 29th, get me ass down to the Emirates, and yeah, with lots of Liam, and hopefully goes. I'm sure if Gary comes over that time frame, with Gary and Melvin and all that. But get Andrew down from the Midlands as well and all that. Get his boys and this, that, and the other. And all the others just meet up, celebrate it together, and just for so long enjoy the day again. It's gonna be a mad. That's gonna be a mad 48 hours. That is, if it does happen. A lot of sore heads that week. That's all I'm gonna say. I wouldn't have put Arsenal as a favourite at the beginning. No, my brother came to me back during the pre-season and all that. It's going up through the odds and all that. And Arsenal were, with most bookmakers, well before a Bulls kick back in pre-season, as I say, Arsenal were 50-1 to win the league. 50-1, not bad odds, but at the same time, not great odds either. In terms of if you're meant to be a top team and you're getting 50-1, but yeah, it's not Leicester City odds, but still 50-1 would have been a cheeky tenner or something on that. Boom. Oh dear, but it is what it is. City not scored as many as last season, nope, which is always a blessing, especially when you consider they got Haaland. But anyway, Toppy older man. Good luck getting tickets, getting it off. Bloody Ticketmaster might be a nightmare though. Tell me about it, because as you know, yeah, Ticketmaster, the service that Arsenal use, and my days. Especially when you've got touts getting my membership because they can buy membership and all that or whatever. They then get their bots up and ready and primed, and they're going, okay, So, especially in the success that we're going through at the moment this season, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm hoping, in one sense, the title's not wrapped up before the 28th. So, that'd be international. So, it's not going to be, obviously, not going to be wrapped up in one big sense. Bloody hell. So, literally, during the international break on the 28th, before the days before the Prem comes back, I'm going to be up so bloody early that day. I'm going to be so pissed if I don't get a ticket. But one way or the other, I'm getting into that stadium one way or the other. I'm going to that game if it kills me. I have to pull on I might have to pull a few strings in terms of a few of my channel friends might have to help me out. Worst case scenario. But yeah, it is what it is. And that side of things, what I will hate most, if I don't, what's going to make it worse for me? If the worst thing happens and I don't get a ticket from him on the 28th, and I have to, obviously, in the meantime, ask for favours and all that. ASAP. It's seen non-Arsenal fans that have YouTube channels get given tickets to the day so they can vlog it. Piss off. Arsenal, if you're watching this, please, if you're going to give it out, if you're going to hold any tickets back in the club level or whatever to give out to or boxes or box or whatever, box tickets, whatever you want to call it. If you're holding any back and you're thinking of giving out to sponsors and all that, instruct the sponsors under no circumstances can they invite any football fan that isn't an Arsenal fan. If they're going to approach anyone, it has to, in terms of a YouTube community wise, they have to approach Arsenal fans. Period. No which way about it. This isn't a moment to be gifting non-Arsenal fans a chance to be there in the moment. Do you a deal? If Arsenal win the Prem, I will try and get to London and meet up with us for a civic homecoming. Yeah, no problem. Deal. I'll hold you to that, my friend. 100% hold you to that. A love London state would be awesome, mate. It would, and plus, hopefully, touch with the weather's. If it's anything like 2014 when Arsenal won the FA Cup after our first trophy in 9 years, if the weather's like that, it's going to be a glorious day, glorious sea of red everywhere as well. But yeah, I'll definitely hold you to that, my friend. We'll try drag Steph along as well. So he's a gooner, would be fantastic. Yeah, definitely, 100%. As I say, hold you to that. And if in the meantime, obviously, we do this, once it is confirmed, obviously, in terms of us being league champions, obviously we will communicate. Then we'll find a way of communicating offline, and we'll sort that out, a way of meeting up and all that. It's wrong, like the 50, 25, 25 split at the FA Cup final. Yeah, I know. In terms of, I know you're referring to the ticketing thing, yeah. That's always got my goat up anyway over the years, especially after Arsenal sort of came dominant in the FA Cup again after 9 years. But yeah, 90,000 capacity stadium, and yet it's not 50. It's not literally. It's not a 50-50 split between or majority. It's not even a majority split between the fans and then a few held back for sponsors and this, that, and the other. It's half are going to us and our sponsors and all that, and the other 50% is between you two. Off you go. Doesn't sit well with me in that sense. But it is, look, it is what it is. I know stuff, but obviously in terms of off air and all that, in terms of organising a meet up place and all that, if this was to happen and all that, yeah. Anyway, we are dragging on a bit too long again, about a half hour, 40 minutes longer than expected. I will wrap things up now, my friends. I'll let you go and get your rest, Luke. Yes, your Beauty sleep and all that. I'm going to get myself in a minute. I'm got a few bits to do, but yeah, I am back tomorrow. As it stands, it's going to be just me because Gary is at a basketball, the last game of the season, the basketball season for him. So he's at that. Liam was obviously at the game because he's at home. If anyone's available, join me. Obviously, I'll update you guys near the time, before kickoff or whatever. But I will be going live at 1:30 UK time. Go for the teams and all that usual. Yeah, go for the teams like the usual jazz and this, that, and the other that we always do. Get the build up going, and then come 2 o'clock. Hopefully, I find a way of watching. So we say a nice, legitimate way of watching the game. So we say in the UK, and yeah, hopefully Arsenal get the 3 points and get our goal difference closer to Man City. Get that 8 points. The most important thing is the 3 points extra over Man City. 8-point gap, 8-point cushion, whatever you want to call it. Get that. That's the important thing tomorrow. Get in the win. If it's convincing win, fantastic. And if anything of us, if any Arsenal player and obviously Arteta have any nous about them, they will batter Palace tomorrow for Patrick Vieira, for one of our own being treated like he has been yesterday. They will absolutely demolish Palace. Sorry. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But either way, touch wood. Lads get the points on the board, and we kick on for the international break then. And then international break-wise, obviously Monday will be the podcast. Obviously we go over the tomorrow's obviously Sunday's game against Palace and all that. And then after that, I will update you tomorrow actually because I'll be reaching out the mic and trying to sort out a quiz for the international break and all that malarkey for his Who Am I quiz. See if he's available to host one of them. And any other content, I'll update you near the time. Obviously, yeah, we will be covering like the Women's Champions League and WSL in the international break as well. But in between that, we will obviously try and fill the void of the men's, the non. The non-men's team, then the gap that's been left by the men's team going into international duty. I'll try and fill that gap with Mike's quiz, basically. So yeah, keep you updated on all that. And until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you in a few hours. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.